Oh.
Hello. Hello, everyone. This is hi-rez Kelly. She's joined by hi-rez Drybear.
That is right, and we are going to look at right now. So Dignitas just lost a Cognitive Red, and that was the 4-seeded team against the second-seeded team. What do you think Cog Red did a bit different to make it a past Dignitas?
Shut down Lassus. That's all they had to do early on. And here's the biggest thing. Every single match today against Dignitas, they've been tiptoeing around and making sure Lassus does not get Loki. This time around, they gave him Loki. They say, here, have it. And it didn't work out. They were able to react to it just in time. The initiations were slow. The damage output was high. And when Lassus jumped in, they grabbed him. Cognitive Red is showing their colors today and really showing off how intelligent they can be. They can definitely control the match pace. They're able to pick off the weaknesses of the enemy team. And now we're all tied up 1-1.
Well, before we get into Game 3, we're going to look at who wore it best for support. It's going to be Geb and Kumbhakarna. Let's take a look at that graphic right now, Drybear.
I love Geb, honestly. Geb is a fantastic character to see him pop. Look at that little mean mug. Across the board, a lot of strong plays for all the players who play Geb. Shediku actually pretty low with Geb, 57% win, though he doesn't generally like Geb too much. Incon rocking that 67%, but the bottom, Jeff Hinla, 90%, 70% there for Eonic. But Geb's real strength is that shield. Not only does he have great interruption, anytime someone initiates, you throw out that shockwave, you get the ultimate out there, keep them in place, but the big thing is that shield. It stops knockups, knockbacks, and keeps them alive long, and characters like Mercury benefit greatly from it.
Well, let's look at this right now. Jeff Hinla has a 90% win ratio, but a 3.25. And honestly, compared to the Incon Ninja and Eonic, the KD isn't really that different, but the win ratio is. Do you feel that Jeff Hinla is carried by his team? Do you think he carries his team and that's why he has a 90% win ratio? Or is it just Geb?
Absolutely not. Barracuda gets all the kills, and Jeff Hinla gets the assists. In fact, Jeff Hinla has the highest assist carrying support of today, so he's just an assister, and that really doesn't bring the stats up as much as you would think, just because the way assists are weighted. So generally he'll have a little bit less than other players, but really is able to control the game through assists mainly. So I really like the fact that Geb is being played today. Now, the other god that we have is Kumbhakarna.
That's right, Kumbhakarna, and personally actually one of my favorite supports, but has fallen off since his recent nerfs, especially to his Mesmerize. Now let's look at this right now. Jeff Hinla has the highest KDA, wow, with a 6.13 as a support. That is crazy. Why do you think it is that high?
Honestly, the numbers don't lie here. And I think that the biggest number to look at is the win-loss ratio. If you're ever wondering why Kumbhakarna has not even showed up on the screen today, he hasn't been banned, he hasn't been picked all day long, it's because he's very situational. He's got a great root, good CC control, but the problem is if you don't capitalize on that CC at all, he doesn't influence the fight beyond that. Whereas Geb can shield someone to keep them alive so they can initiate. Other supports usually enhance the players, whereas Kumbhakarna sets up the players, and if you don't capitalize, that's all he has. Damage is pretty low here. Now look at the kill-death ratios. A lot of it's in Continentia. Sometimes we'll start picking up extra kills. We've seen him pick up Deathbringer on support Chalk, that kind of thing. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for players to use stronger supports. Athena probably has the highest win rate of all the supports we've seen all day long, and for good reason. She's a fantastic peeler, good initiator, good defender, and that just works across the board.
I mean, we've seen a lot of Athena today as well as Geb, but not much to Kumbhakarna. Maybe we'll see him in the next game, which is Game 3, everybody. Is tied up. Dig versus Cognitive Red, 1-1. Let's join the casters right now with Brandon and hi-rez Bart.
Thank you very much, Kelly, and welcome back to the commentary desk for a third time in Dignitas versus Cognitive Red. My name is hi-rez Bart, this gentleman over here, DM, and we are getting ready to get into game number 3, picks and bans. Any predictions here?
I don't think anyone could make an intelligent prediction about it. I mean, this is too back and forth.
Certainly not you.
Oh! I'm going to dance on some apples for that one. That was rough.
I would expect Osiris to get banned.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that one. First ban, though, right off the bat, we're going to see Apollo taken right out of the gate.
No big surprise. They have banned Apollo in every game against Zapman, and that's about as respectful as you get. We don't even think about it. We just ban Apollo.
So it looks like Dignitas has taken second pick here once again. It seems like second pick has had a major deciding factor in who's winning these games.
They've certainly won most games. I would venture to say they've won every game so far, but I'm not 100% on that. They definitely have. That has definitely been the answer for the this best of 5 so far. It's just been traded back and forth to a second pick.
Yeah, and now it looks like, ooh, the respect. Mercury taken out. Snoopy's going to be forced to play normal things in normal roles.
And it'll be Rom, because that's what's available on the board. The bans Apollo, Zhong Kui, Mercury, and Osiris. The top 100 remaining. Rom, of course, picked up right away. Interesting considering Artemis was such a high win rate, but that's a story for a different day. And Dignitas, of course, will be taking Athena and Rom.
Well, I mean, Artemis had a really strong showing in Game 3. Allied picks it up, and even 3 levels behind was boxing Zatman's Apollo. I mean, that's just the power of the character. So I think we're going to see her. I mean, we've seen him go Neath already. Zatman loved it. He did a great job with it, but I'm still kind of expecting the Artemis.
Will we see a Loki here with this final pick from Dig?
Did they get Gars? Thor.
Yes, right, Gars has Thor. Geb has Devios. Thor Gars online. What is Dignitas draft here?
Oh, I think this is a great idea. It looks like Anatolia is going to hover onto Scylla, lock it in. This is best god. I mean, I don't know how anyone could contest that.
Even though she has fallen out of favor, very, very minor nerfs. Basically,
actually, can we? Who would you say Shadow Q's best god is? I would say Athena. Anatolia, I would say Ra. Best, I would say Scylla. So far, they have a perfect draft.
Yeah, but on the other side, Divios. Oh, not Divios, obviously, but Ionic. Very strong Geb. Snoopy seems very comfortable with Rom, and Thorgars is Thorgars.
This is a
People forget that he played exclusively that god for like 6 weeks.
Serious. 6 weeks. I think I'd go
6 months.
Yeah, there we go. So it looks like we're going to see, Giannis taken out here. That's a good ban. I mean, what Devios just did
did not work out well for Dignitas last game.
Why is he not getting picked? Like, why did he even get that far?
Wow, look at that Cograd banning out the Bastet, another one of Lassus' go-tos, who I'm now calling Loki apparently because that's what I expect him to pick.
I don't know if he's going to try to reprise that role. Humbot's still on the table. Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to go into Humbots.
Bots make sense because bots sets up that Scylla ultimate quite well.
Yeah, not to mention the Loki didn't really pan out.
It did not. It did not do that well.
Where is Aphrodite?
What? Still not picked. And you know what? I've concluded that Snoopy hates playing traditional hunters as they lock in Kronos.
Maybe it's solo. They already have Rama.
No, because they're going to pick Aphrodite for solo lane, of course, DM. And there she is locked in.
Who's the what?
It's going to be a Kronos Geb.
No, it's going to be Rama Geb, Afro solo, Kronos mid.
Unless they put Ram in the solo lane, which is highly unlikely. But yeah, it will be Kronos mid.
It's Kronos mid. This is not. I think the only person to really be super successful at this was Jerby back
moons ago.
Yeah, back when you can hand the whole wave and kill someone at level 2 before they could even think about it.
Final pick for Dignitas is going to be Uller for Zapman.
I like it. I like it. We haven't seen too much from Zapuller today, so I think this is cool.
Zapuller.
Can we?
Yeah, that's pretty weak.
All right.
But let's talk a little bit here more about Kronos versus Scylla. Kronos not a god necessarily known for his first few levels of clearing.
But either is Scylla.
Scylla probably more deficient than he is. So that seems to be kind of the game plan here versus Scylla's. We saw it with Jerby, with the Hubwa, right? Same kind of idea. It's, you can pick these gods that don't have the S tier clear, right? Because Scylla is the most efficient, really, of all the mid laners.
Sure.
So you can pick really anything. It opens up the early game a lot for you. In Kronos,
the issue is that he has no escape, and Lassus, who loves to rotate early, could really hurt Boosh here. And where was Ao Kwang? Was he not on the table?
No Ao Kwang this game.
Strange.
Yeah, it stinks of a pocket strat here for Boosh to pick up this Kronos. We'll see what he's able to do with it, guys. Let's head into the game and go ahead and introduce your teams. They are the blue team fighting out of the bottom side of the minimap and the left side of your spectator UI. Ladies and gentlemen, Cognitive Red. They are the Boosh in the mid lane as Kronos. Ionic will be combining with Snoopy the captain for the dual lane Geb and Rom. Their jungler will be Thorgars on, you guessed it, Thor, and Divios in the solo lane as Aphrodite. Their opponents today all squared at 1 game apiece, wearing the red trunks. It's Team Dignitas fighting at the top side of your minimap, right side of your spectator UI. Zatman and Shadow Q combining for the duo lane, Uller and Athena. Best in the mid of Scylla. It's Lassus in the jungle as the captain on Humbots and Anatolia in the solo lane, and they're going to fight.
We're going to see a first shot. I think that was a bad move by Boosh. He got a small amount of damage, sure, but he just showed that he doesn't have a CC.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a very good point. He's really tipped his hand to what he's going to be able to do, so I would not be surprised to see maybe a level 2 gank attempt from Lassus again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a good point. At this junction, I really don't think Boosh is going to have the potential to fight, yet we see Dignitas back off first.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and fall back. They're going to let Shadow Q get healed back up. He did eat that spell. Boosh, however, sitting a little bit under his max mana, starting to regen up a little bit here and there. Looking at the opening builds, no big surprises. We have the Devourer's Gauntlet set up for Snoopy and Zatman. You have the pretty standard tiny trinket into Vampiric Shroud for your mid laners, and Divios, really the only difference here, totally going to be rushing that Warlocks, and Divios will be going for the Heavenly Agility, it looks like.
I like the Heavenly Agility pickup always. It's not only healing, but it's a great escape tool for Aphrodite. She has inherent beads, you know, with her ult on top of an Aegis. She has healing. She has extra movement speed with a kiss. She has a stun, and she has a knockback. Being able to move around a little bit quicker will pay off very well.
Yeah, and you know, she really has the positioning in the lane to really synergize well with the additional run speed, right? She's never really going to be aggressing from the middle of the creep wave.
Oh, I like this. Let's check out the duo lane here as they move in. I don't know if the Hand of the Gods was used for Ionic. He's going to move up. Actually, they cleared the wave too quickly. Zatman level 2 might find an opportunity for the Axe. Snoopy in a really awkward position right now as Ionic's only level 1 and kind of body blocking, misses the shockwave. Hail of arrows. Looking for the stun. Not going to find anything. That was a very awkward engagement.
Let's also note, Ionic has the blue buff in this lane.
Yeah, well, he should. I mean, I'm very surprised to see Rama picking up at all today. Rama does not need mana for the first 5 levels. He won't use enough of it.
Not in this build. With the creep advantage now, Zatman is here. They're putting some damage out once again into Snoopy. He's already used his green pot. Now back down to about 3/4 HP. A couple more pot shots from Zatman should force him into a very awkward position, but Zatman used all of his pots as well. Neither Hunter really interested in taking too much damage at this point.
Zatman just turned into Axe Stance and immediately Snoopy jumps away and then Zap turns back. I don't even think he had an attempt right there to go for it. I think he was just trying to bait the jump out.
Blast is taking a considerable amount of damage here over in the right side lane. Now the Berserker Barrage coming out, already hit by the Kiss and the Birds of Love. But now it's Divios taking a lot of damage as he tries to get back a sloppy solo lane start.
Yeah, I really expected maybe an earlier sprint, him to back off, but I mean, he has birds. It's like it never happened.
Yep, and there it is. Yeah, and also full mana and channeling Gar's more mana as well. So. All around.
Sounds difficult.
Yeah, still doing quite well for themselves, our Cog Red.
And at the same time, we predicted Lassus to rotate, and he didn't. Great pressure coming out from Gars has ensured that he didn't have that pressure, which means Boosh continues to hold his lane effectively.
Yeah, you know, Boosh is really just kind of playing for the later stages of the mid game. He's really trying to hit the same timing Scylla is. So they should be both pretty happy and conciliatory to just let each other farm, it seems like, at this point.
But it's a different amount of team fight. While they're looking for the same goal overall in terms of when to actually fight, Scylla's like, I'm going for burst damage, whereas Kronos is looking to get to the back line and just pick somebody off.
Yeah, I'm going to chase someone down and then rewind it all. But, you know, we'll see. I mean, there's definitely more, I would say, more of a potential for the gank to happen on the side of Cognitive Red, that they would be able to aggress onto the best a bit better, it seems like, just in the nature of it. But with the Sentinel for Scylla, so hard to gank.
Divios taking so much damage, and a great position of heal keeps Anatoly not only pushing him out, but way in the lead. Has level 5 right now. Divios doesn't. I'm actually surprised to see Anatoly not just going for the kill. Oh, there it was. He almost got it, was looking for that beam, and he just got level 5 right after that. He's lucky he dodged.
Yeah, Divios now sitting at just over about 80 health, it looks like there, on his tick marks. So totally sitting quite a bit healthier than that. But Divios will be able to heal himself back up right about now with those birds. So that should be... Oh, in comes Gars, but dodged by Totally.
Yeah, I think he expected it. I think he realized that Divios didn't move forward. I mean, you're Aphrodite, right? You have birds. Anatoly had no mana. Why wouldn't he be pushing forwards? Gars has got to be around. Great presence.
Setting the trap for Lassus here is Cognitive Red. Can they close the distance? No, it's just too fast as to clear from that Hun bots, and now it's Cognitive on full retreat as Lassus is going to get the aggressive positioning.
Yeah, will he go in here? It's a 3v3 in the mid. Neither Solo nor Hunter decides to rotate over.
He's looking for Divios. He's looking for Divios. He hasn't spotted it yet. He's starting to retreat, but fear no evil. Oh, this is bad news for Divios. Goes for the lazy back, trying to bait on Anatoly. Here comes the Athena as well. Here comes the fear no evil. Is going to force out the ultimate from the Aphrodite, but she's not in the right spot. Already forced back into the lane by the initial fear, but can they get enough damage? Shadow Cube dashing in. The dodge is not enough. Divios will fall. First blood going to Anatoly.
You know, I'm giving that entire kill right there to Shadow Cube. He lands. Lassus gets his entire ultimate negated by, of course, the Undying Love, and then Shadow Cube waits for it, and then taunts him off the tower. It's beautiful.
Yeah, you know, and the ultimate reaction time was a little bit slow. Took that first step back into the lane after the Fear No Evil, which resulted in that death.
I really like the way that Dignitas play that. They get first blood, and it goes on to Anatoly, which is going to help because they picked off the solo lane as well. Bottom farm right now, Aphrodite at 27. Top farm and Dignitas at 36.
Yeah, it also accelerates his Warlock Sash, which is really, really important to get that item out early. It's just so expensive.
It is very expensive. In fact, one of the most expensive items in the game, but it also has one of the biggest payoffs, especially once it's stacked. Now, going into the jungle, Gars has put himself in a rather precarious position, but do they steal? Yes, they get it. A lot of trouble.
They got the steal, but they're going to give up a lot on the back of it. Gars has used his hammer, not able to pour it out now, has the ultimate. Best actually missing that root, and now they need to turn their attention to Boosh. Dropping down now onto last. Observer Barrage going to be enough. They actually convert that kill. Definitely worth.
Definitely worth. They take the kill. They trade jungle for support. I mean,
they should get blue as well here.
That's beautiful, man. That's absolutely gorgeous. And you got to feel that when the rotation from Best was super late.
Yeah, it was. And maybe more importantly, he missed that Sikkim to set up the burst damage onto the Thor that would have put him under half HP, which maybe would have chose not to go back into the Lasses. The whole thing kind of fell apart with that damage missing.
What it seems to me is that they realize that they're not fighting unless Athena's ready to ult. They recognize the fact that the ult wasn't off cooldown yet. They're like, there's no way Athena's going to rotate. I don't think they're going to have the positional advantage. They go for it. They find it. Dig's still up, though. They have a 600 gold lead. They are down in experience, though. Actually, it's close to even. It's actually going back and forth on the wave-to-wave mark.
That's swinging about 200 experience.
This is a far cry different than game one.
Yeah, it's very, very even. Dignitas is, as you mentioned, in the lead of gold, just a bit, about 700. Very similar to the last game, in fact, of exactly how it all did shake out. So curiously enough, right, Cognitive Red is now giving the blue buff to Snoopy. It's, you know, as I guess he levels up his abilities, but...
Yeah, I mean, you start to use your roll more because you're fighting more. You want to use the 2 more to get your extra arrows back. I mean, there's so many different things that happen. And now you're going to see Geb rotating around the map more, not using as much mana as he would be if he was babysitting.
Okay.
So early game, you give it to Geb. Late game, or even this point, you give it to Rama.
Yeah, second spawn, it goes to Rama, basically, is what we're seeing here.
It's a little late on second spawn. I mean, they were about 2 minutes late on that camp.
They were, but there was a lot of pressure applied around the map. You got to remember the rotations was deep to the orange buff there to pick it up. Right side, camps being aggressed and secured by Cognitive Red. Left side going to go to Dignitas.
I love that from the Best, too. Even though he didn't get it, he forced them to use the Hand of the Gods there, and that's what I'm kind of saying nice to. Even though he didn't get it, they got it on the left side, and they forced an ability out.
Yeah, they seem to continually want to do that. In fact, Zatman taking some damage from Snoopy here. Could be in a bit of trouble. We're trying to dodge. That's going to force out that Athena ultimate, and that's a big win for Cog Red.
Especially for right side. I mean, that's the reason
a lot of trouble in
DVOs
the mid lane is the best. Overhead smash, not going to be able to save him, but Sentinel's going to get him out of there. Here comes the Fear. No evil to keep Boosh off of the mark. Taking to the air is Guards. Going deep for Best, and he's going to find it.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get out of that one as well. Athena rotating in, but it's going to get spotted out by Ionic. She actually still has the preemptive strike charge. Where is the rewind? He gets it off. Not a lot of health back, but he maintains it, and he gets his cooldowns back.
Yeah, maybe more importantly, left side, the astral arrows raining in on a Zatman.
No. in trouble. Doesn't quite find it. Overhand smash, Boosh is out of mana. Overcommitted, and Elastis turns it around. Very cute.
Devios does miss the kiss. Going to need a very, very well-placed burst to find that.
What?
How did he kill him?
What? Did he just dive from the backside? Ionic finds a kill?
He did. Clever play there. Divios now in a lot of trouble in the mid lane. But they trade Anatoly. Sloppy play all around here from the teams. This one's playing fast and loose.
But we're even. I mean, 200 gold, less than 100 experience.
Not
Keep going
long.
back
Snoopy's
and
got a full wave on the tier 1 on the left side. He's going to get at least half of this tower's damage. No, he's actually going to be forced off by Shadowkeep. Really giving a lot of respect to, I mean, what could have Athena done there?
I mean, maybe he wants to go back and spend 1,200 gold, but like, why didn't he just fight him?
I have no idea. I have no words. I think maybe he's, you know, this is, it was successful for them in the last game. Snoopy playing that very kind of sun on his heels Mercury.
But there's a difference between conservation and just letting people do things.
That's true. He is letting people do things. He's doing the latter of those things.
Bad babysitter. Just let the kid do whatever he wants.
Just don't let him do it.
So Gar's over on the right side. Make sure he doesn't miss too much experience. A lot of creeps are getting weakened down there. Missed a lot of gold there. I don't think he used the abilities in the right order, but still they find a lot. Devios with a random kiss, not really affecting anything. Not a lot of communication there. Maybe they're starting to fall apart a little bit. Lack of communication seems kind of paramount.
Yeah, it isn't really looking that great for Dignitas. I mean, they are up a kill. They are up in gold. They are up in experience. So it's looking pretty good for them.
What is this?
I mean, the momentum is just so heavily in Cognitive Red's favor right now. Anatoly caught out in a lot of trouble here. A little bit late on that stun. Curious to see them not pin him back in a more awkward position. Just a little bit worried, I guess, about the reinforcements coming from Shadowkeep. He has a dash ready. There's a two-man taunt. There's a shield wall, but still no commitment from there. There's a commitment from Dignitas, but it's just going to be aegis out by Divios.
Oh, Ionic with a huge miss there. Cataclysm completely wasted as we're going to see Garz jump away. We're going to see from the backline, he will stun Zatman, still level 7 at this point, while Snoopy continues to push. Level 11, going to find himself a perfect proxied wave and possibly a tier 1.
Yeah, the tier 1 should be free here. Well, how can Dignitas respond to this?
Devios is in a lot of trouble. A beam gonna hit, jump gonna hit,
nice
Lassus gets a kill.
Rewind coming up from Boosh is gonna be rewinding back into Anatoly and Lassus. Lassus doesn't have the cooldowns available. Anatoly gonna fall to the burst, but the stun is gonna hit. Boosh taking the burst as well. Overhand smash enough to secure it. Here comes Thorgars though. It's not gonna be enough damage to kill Zatman. Best once again missing that stick-up. Needs to start hitting those more reliably to help pin these gods down. And they do get the tier 1 taken away from them. Not a great trade for Dignitas.
I don't really love Snoopy's positioning here. He had too much time to rotate, decided to take too long, and it finally rotates where it was too late and could have just maybe done half of, if not all of the tier 2's health. He does get a steal in the red buff, which I'm sure he's going to appreciate since he's not a character that really demands the blue buff like Uller does, but he has a still 2 level advantage, forces the jump. Zatman needs to invigorate and get out of this one. One shot, two shots, not the third.
Got close though. Shadowq gonna aggress on Snoopy, pull him back. Now over the wall is Lassus. Ionic is here though, and they can't blow any cooldowns because it will just get stone shielded out.
Aphrodite, not having the strongest showing in this tournament, has opted once again into Divine Ruin against Ra. I don't know how I feel about this.
You know, it does give the lifesteal a little bit of damage. It, you know, will prevent healing. At least there's... Yeah, I don't know. I really don't have a great answer for you. Divios is looking to, you know, just shut this lane down. And
actually, well, Lassus is looking to shut this Divios down. Once again, he's going to find him out of position. Can he get away from this? Not a lot of CC does Ra have, and it looks like he will be able to back up.
He'll just get a couple of pot shots out, and there's an overhead smash. Divios quite low now, but the birds are good, especially with Divine Ruin. You look at the lifesteal it provides on top of the birds. It's a full heal basically anytime you use it.
Well, he actually used it there, not on creeps. Still level 10, which means he doesn't have a lot of damage and back off. Only going to be level 2, maybe level 3 at this point, so he has to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it'd be interesting to know a little bit more about Divios' history with Aphrodite. I know it's definitely one of his favorite gods, but it's looking a little bit out of practice, I think, maybe because it's banned out so much.
Oh, gets the reset just barely. Zatman forced out again as Snoopy continues his aggression. He has done a great job of controlling. He knows Zatman's going back for it. He's going to dive. Zatman, once again, is going to be forced to reset this blue buff.
Not much you can do about that. Lassus is here. Boosh is here. No ultimate available. Oh, no, there is an ultimate available, just electing not to use it there. And, oh, gosh, going deep once again is Snoopy. Look how aggressive he's playing against Zatman. He's really wanting to show that he is the stronger hunter here. Going to push him into the tier 2 and then fall back. That red buff doing well, but check the mid lane.
That's a lot. He's going to go down here. They used a lot on the support, though. Best is going to trade, and I'm sure Cognitive Red is just screaming worth.
Yeah, they are. And actually ulting out his guard is going to stop totally from being able to too much. Beat it out immediately, though. He's going to try to heal up his assassin in the backline. Boosh has been extremely effective so far in this game, however.
And now Divios is finally finding his stride. He picks a carry, kisses on him, and makes sure that he's going to keep him full health. Will he switch the kiss here? Gar's getting very, very low and not a lot of control coming out. Boosh finally rotates back in. Will find the stun, but Shadowq is out of mana and out of pressure.
Without that Fear No Evil, they just don't have enough damage or lockdown to find a kill onto Gars. He's actually going to pour it in here.
Oh,
that may have been the straw that broke back. No, he's just too much damage. What a... how does he continue to do this?
That was Undying Love. That was not Gars. That was Divios.
Yeah, I mean, Divios with a very, very timely ultimate there.
But look at this now. Best is back, but they just sent 2 more back. I don't know if they're going to get the tier 1 just yet. In fact, it's 500 gold. Not sure why they're using all of these resources when the Gold Fury's available.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and make their way over to the Gold Fury now, and it should be plenty of damage for Cognitive. There is no I'm a monster from Scylla available, so there's really not much Best can do. He's going to channel the Athena in, but they're just going to be walking into really the frying pan. Divios trying to retreat. Nope, there is the taunt. There's a shell. Is there an axe stun? Doesn't matter. Too much burst from Zap.
I think Ionic may have overstayed his welcome as well, but he should be able to get out. He actually defends it long enough for Snoopy to hide behind a rock and get out of there. And now Ionic might foolishly attempt to try to stay here and defend this speed. I don't like this positioning.
Oh, this is going to be tough. If this root hits,
rip.
He's really all.
Oh, Gars again! Where does he come from?
Berserker Barrage. Is it enough to kill Zatman? It's not. The stun misses, but it should force it just in case. Gars continuing in, uses the beads to get the cooldowns back, kills 1, looking for 2, takes damage for his trouble, finds the second kill. Who is this player?
Are you kidding me? How is Ionic alive right now? What in the world just happened?
They got baited hard.
He actually did defend that speed buff. What a beast. That's insane. That bait was outrageous. Didn't we talk about this already? Why are they letting him play Thor?
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Like, this is not okay.
I mean, that play was spectacular from Mr. Thorgars there. Dunking in, getting the Berserker Barrage damage, using Mjolnir's attunement to go into the back lines, using Beats 3 to get the cooldown back for Berserker Barrage, killing another one, then throwing the hammer to kill the second. I mean, just tremendous play.
And
tremendous individual effort.
Is actually getting pressured out once again.
Exploded in the left side lane.
That's a tier 2.
Absolutely exploded, and Gars is snowballing.
I mean, yeah, absolutely level 15 right now as the jungler. Comparatively, we're seeing Lassus pushed onto the tower, level 14. The tier 2, not quite dead just yet, but it's on its last legs as we see a beam come out, and it kind of tickles Ionic.
Yeah, he's very tanky at this point. Sitting on his nearly finished sovereignty, still male rank 2, taking a look over and checking with Shadow Q. About the same net worth, 6,300 for Shadow Q. Net worth on Ionic, 7,000. So pulling ahead is Team Cog Red, and it's really echoing in the supports. That's really where you start seeing the advantage more and more.
I don't want to count on Dignitas just yet, on this, straight on the back of the fact that Best has Scylla.
That's right. I'm a monster can turn a fight.
It could turn a fight. It could win the game.
It can.
Instantaneously. We've seen it today.
Zatman makes a little room for himself here. Going to be able to farm up a blue buff, pushes the tower into the wave. But his tier 2 is on its last legs, as you mentioned, and he is well off the pace for top farm in the game. 8,000 net worth, a little over that now, on to Gars, and still struggling to break 7K as Zatman.
Snoopy's about to be upset, and there it is.
And Divios could be in a bit of trouble here as Last is going in, but I'm not sure if they spotted out this Thor, and he comes, and it's only in a lot of trouble. Berserker Barrage leveled up quite high, using the beads to get the cooldowns back. Now here comes the Link to keep Gars alive. Snipe coming through from Totally, not finding anything. Boosh going deep as well, putting in a lot of damage. Still has available. Doesn't matter. Gars is there with the spin to win, and win it does. Best
is going to rotate in a little bit late here, but they do have potential to turn the team fight with I'm a Monster. But the Sikkim was wasted. Do you think they spotted it?
I don't know if they spotted it, but I think that they're just feeling themselves. They're going to continue pushing on in.
Oh, actually, look at the patience.
Wow.
That is a veteran back right there.
Yeah, I'm yelling at this one, like, why are we fighting?
So we do see some backs. Gold will be spent here. You see Ionic actually finishes the Sovereignty, the Shell, the Hand of the Gods, the Midas Boots, and Watcher's Gift. He is sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, he's looking very, very good for himself. I mean, once you finish that Sovereignty, it really feels like you've turned the corner as a support when you're playing. You're like, all right, I got my requisite items out of the way, my gold for 5 items and my aura item, and now what I want to build. History has shown us that it will be Height of the Urchin as the next item for Ionic.
Okay, well, Shadow Q's finally going to go back, spend up some of his gold. He's at 13. Oh, he is not going to go back as Gars takes a cute little shot, hitting both him and the blue buff, which is going to be stolen away.
Gars is really playing this one quite well today, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. I think he's getting very cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, he's just throwing it out there and trying it, and it's just worked. It's worked a lot of times.
I just don't understand how that made it through. I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, they wanted Hunbots, and they wanted Ra, and they wanted Athena. They wanted these gods that were so successful for them, and they just, looked away from the Thor for a second. I doubt it'll get through in the next game.
Now, Fire Giant is completely exposed here. It looks like Divios did clean up the Sentry Ward and dropped one of his own, so Vision Control currently belongs to the guys on Cog Red. This is probably the first time that we've really seen Dignitas down as Chaos start.
But, taking the air once again as Guards. They have a ward out onto Zatman, doing a lot of damage here. Trying to get the burst out in time. Zatman looking for the leap, can't find it just yet. Now going to make it over, but right into Boosh. And down you go, sir. Juking for what he can, but it's just not enough. Down will fall Zatman. And this just seems to be Cog Red's game, but can they finish the drill and secure this win?
Oh, Shadow Q already using the dash. Best just trying to play babysitter here. Oh, but Shadow Q, I think he'll get out.
Yeah, they don't have enough bursts just yet to take it out on the Athena. But as the pen comes out more and more from Gars, he's going to finish off his Shifter Shield and then look probably to pick up additional pen
and they
on
still
top
got
of the Jotuns. It's going to hurt more and more.
They still got Defender of Olympus out, which means they're not going to have to. Oh, Anatoly going for the steal, does some damage, but not nearly enough to deter it. Now his ultimate's down as Boosh moves forward. Not sure what he's going to try to go for. It looks like
they just want to push him off the mark. They want to hit him off of the mark, and then they want to go back and take the Gold Fury, it looks like here. And with the Athena ultimate down, it means she can't relocate effectively. And the whole time, you have Gars on the right side lane, split pushing, going to force this lane into the tier 2 over here while he waits on his ultimate to come back online.
Lassus, I think, is waiting on Zatman to just try to rush back in. A good shot from the Time Rift, but not enough to do damage. Will we see a teleport? No, Lassus playing conservatively. Actually, no, goes to the back line, jumps away. Ionic might have an opportunity, taking a lot of damage here. I think this could be trouble.
Yeah, Ionic is going to go down with the Fear No Evil coming out, trying to get the last bit of that heals. His last is crashing, and now is Gars. Gars with the spin to win in the back line, but Boosh has maybe overextended himself a bit. Snoopy does pick up Lassus, but his cooldown's already used, and the fight already turned in their favor on the back of them. Shadow Q is caught out of position, now walled in, dead to the surround, and that is a double kill for Snoopy on some very high priority targets. Lassus and Shadow Q both down.
Snoopy taking the sky. He's looking for the shot.
Down in one.
Finds 2 shots on Anatoly, but the Best picks up Snoop.
Yes, triple kill there coming out for Snoopy now, and this could be a Phoenix potentially considering where their positioning is.
Oh no, Boosh is completely body blocked. The Crush is going to do it, and they can't take it anymore. Phoenix takes one down, Best takes the other.
Wow, so unfortunate there. Cog Red maybe overextending themselves a little bit, feeling a little bit too confident there, but I'm not sure there's much that Dignitas can really capitalize on that.
I don't know if I agree, because if you look at the timers, Lassus is up, Shadow is up, Zatman's up in 12.
Fire Giant? I mean, what can they really... I mean, Gold Fury's up, but what can they really do with it?
I would take the Gold Fury. I think Fire Giant, given how far behind they are, and with the Hand 3 online, and Gar's online at level 18, I don't know that I'd mess with this. I think I'd just go get the free gold.
No, it looks like they're thinking about messing with it, and they're going to... I mean, that's going to give enough time for the rest of COG Red to respawn and go contest the Gold Fury, unless they're just going to continue in here. And is Dignitas really going to go for it? They're going to go for it.
Oh my god, they went in. One auto attack's going to be available here. Gar's going to throw it over the wall. What are we going to see here?
He's got an ultimate still, so he can disrupt this. And all they need is the Ionic Blink into hand if the Thor ultimate's on point. He's looking for a spot that he feels like there's not a ward here. Now channeling the ultimate. Fire Giant getting low. They're going to taunt out Ionic. Here comes the Creeping Curse. There's the ultimate coming in. Gar's going to get stunned out of the barrage, however. Shadowq quite low. They're trying to burst him down. Here comes I'm a Monster. Dignitas gets the Fire Giant. Shadowq calm under pressure. Can they convert a kill onto Gar's in time, using the beads once again to get the cooldowns back? And he's going to be dead, and Dignitas able to get this game going again in their favor, but can they get away from Snoopy, man? It doesn't look good for them. They're going to lose 2 players, at least a third, and now taking into the skies is Rom. Knock up 1.
He's down.
He goes best as well. Triple kill for Snoopy, and that is bad news for Dignitas, as Cognitive Red has wiped that buff, and only Zatman has lived.
Once again, I'm sure they're screaming words. Sure, Zap got the buff, but he's level 16 at this point. Snoopy is level 20. I mean, look at the gold difference, and now poor Zatman's going to try to defend this Phoenix alone, taking a ton of damage. He's 1 hit away. Will be forced to use his sprint defensively once again as Ionic takes this one up for free.
Shadowq back alive, but can Cognitive Red actually get a Phoenix on the back of this? Shadowq going to taunt them back in, and the shield wall taking some damage. Now the minions rotating in. Not going to find the body block this time. Snoopy getting quite low, and that may be enough to hold them back for now. Boosh trying to kill the Phoenix in the mid lane, but just isn't going to have the damage.
Well, both Phoenixes take some damage, but I think by the time they regroup and really go for it, they're not going to have that opportunity. They're going to heal back up. I think that was a great defense right there by Shadowq.
Yeah, did a nice job there taunting. And we got the 3-man taunt, which is generally speaking going to be fairly successful for you.
So Devios taking away the blue buff. Boosh rotating over as well is going to spot the fact that this is going to be a fight. Lassus jumps in, immediately gets kissed for his trouble. He's going to use his ultimate, find an ultimate of his own as Shadowq rotates in. Where is Boosh?
Boosh, not interested in helping out. He's being zoned out by Anatoly here, going to actually try to burst him down. Divios is going to fall, and now can they find a kill on a Boosh? He does have the rewind available.
Snoopy has no mana here. This is not a good look. He might find some damage. Can he find Lassus? 1 hit, jumps into Gar's. Bad play by Lass, and now Shadowq's going to get turned on. Sicken was used. Crush was used. Shadowq has been used and dropped.
Used and abused. But Zatman kills Snoopy for what it's worth. He's going to go down, however, as the stun comes out. And the auto attack. No. Minion's going to get the kill. Credit goes to Snoopy. Gar's mad.
Gar's might be mad. I'd be mad. So only Best remains here. And once again, we're going to see an opportunity for them to push. You know, what I think happened in the last defense there, Bart, was I think they were trying to do damage as if they had the Fire Giant buff.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll just split up, take 2 Phoenixes. And yeah, but they didn't have that extra buff. And now they're going to go ahead and move in. They're going to eat the crush. And really all they need to do is make sure that Gar's... Wow, that was really close. They need to make sure that Garz can just stay in here and put in his damage. He's doing a bit more than Kronos is at the moment. And Best, cool, Crush coming back online. What a play by Garz.
They still haven't gotten this Phoenix. Not letting it go just yet. Garz is going to be for... Uh-oh. That is not a good
That is not a great place to rewind. It's going to go right into Feral Evil and into a dead Lord of Time. I mean, I do want to point out, Garz made just an incredible play there by teleporting out of the way of that crush, but they aren't able to secure the Phoenix yet again, so once again, nothing really netted.
I was really thinking that play was even bigger for Ionic because not only did he dodge the Alma Monster, but he turned to actually shield Garz, which slowed his movement out of the Alma Monster himself, and got the shield off before the Alma Monster would have hit. So if Garz did get slammed there, he still would have made it out.
Checking in on the score lines here, 8,500 gold in favor of COG Red. 14,500 in favor, or XP in favor, and now as the Gold Fury goes down, they've brought it just under 7,000 gold in favor of Cognitive, and 13,500 for Dignitas on, 13,500 experience going the way of Cognitive as well, so it's still securely their game.
It's a rather unfortunate and maybe even unfair matchup as Cognitive Red goes up against Dignitas with the unkillable Phoenix.
Right, yeah, you the real MVP.
Yeah, seriously, how much damage do you think this guy has put out so far? The champion.
How much damage has he absorbed so far?
That's a fair point as well.
Look at this. The Dignitas 4-man farming their jungle. I mean, they're pinned back.
Speaking of farming, Snoopy once again chasing Zatman down, forcing out the ultimate from Athena. Gar's in there as well, going up where we see the stun. He misses it. Zatman with the jukes needs one more good opportunity and will get out.
He's going to try to run away from Snoopy here. This is awkward.
Nice axe.
The axe is going to hit. He still has that speed buff. On the backside, Gar's trying to zone out the rest of the team, doing a pretty nice job of it. Ionic's going to get an angle, as will Devios, and Zatman knows he's dead to right. Just trying to stall this one as long as possible. Down he does go. Let's check back in with Kronos. Back in the jungle here. Thor as well. There is a Thor ultimate available here, and Last is going to take quite a bit of damage, forced to use his beads. Spin to win coming out and leaping over. Gar's going to use his beads to get the cooldown reduction, but Best is a monster. Going to put the damage out on the Gar's as well, but it didn't hit. Question mark?
What in the world? That looked good to me.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
Maybe he was considered up already?
I don't know, man. That's
hard
a tough
to
one.
say. Divio's forced to ult. They're actually getting pushed back once again. We see the Best really utilizing I'm a Monster to turn things around.
They're just having such a hard time breaking the base of Dignitas here. And Dignitas, you know, doesn't have necessarily this unbelievable, you know, turtle team. I mean, they got the Crush, late game Crush, and the Raw. They're gonna do pretty nice. Oh, geez, ShadowQ's in a strange position here. He's locked in, eating the crits now. Moving the back line is Snoopy. Gar's here as well. Anatoly to fall.
Look at that.
Divios is gonna pick up the kill. Now ShadowQ gonna be in a bit of trouble, but it's Last is trying to make plays in the back line that's in a lot of trouble. Leaps right into the stun, but the Sickham's good onto Gar's. The teleport to the hammer, not there. There it is, coming in on the back. Snoopy finds a shot anyway. A brilliant stun out on a ShadowQ as well as Divios charges in with the rest of the team. Yana gonna push him back. What a great play, but do they have to chase this down too far? No. Hammer going through, down goes ShadowQ. 3 members of Dignitas down. Best and Zatman, the only 2 alive. Can they hold Cog out any longer?
Oh, Snoop, that's a big drop for them. That's a level 20 that they're going to not see for a long time. That's a 1-minute cooldown, or rather respawn time, as that man jumps in aggressively, activates Invigorate. I don't know what he's looking for.
He's looking for
maybe for a respawn timer?
Maybe? Yeah. Gar's taking a lot of damage here, but the stun shield's good. Down goes
Not
Zatman.
a good call.
But Cog really can't capitalize on this.
I don't know. The Fire Giant's up. Boosh is in mid lane, and they have 4 down. Not really sure what Boosh is doing.
Boosh is like, you know what I'm going to do?
Run away from creep experience?
Run to the mid lane.
Or free gold?
Maybe there was a little bit of miscommunication there about whether they should continue that push or not. And it looks like Boosh is going to resign himself to going and farming some jungle camps.
What I really want to talk about is that ShadowQ put himself in an awful spot. You mentioned it. He was in a really weird place, and they didn't get baited by it. They jumped right past him. They said, forget this. We're going to go kill some carries.
That's a really good point. Yeah, he was overextended. They walled him in and then just pursued the Hunbots, who was trying to leap out as well, and were able to secure that kill, and that really set the whole thing off. Fear No Evil was not used in that last engagement, it looks like.
Huh. Everyone's ultimate seemed to be available except for Eonix, which I'm sure is coming off soon. ShadowQ does manage to get the bubble, but then so does Eonic. They're diving into a great spot. Anatoly is completely pushed out as we see the wall coming out from Lassus. That's one. I'm a monster. Gonna hit nobody. That's trouble.
That's bad news, as Garz is going to leap in there, going to get healed back up by Divios for his trouble. Willie bait out some cooldowns there from Dignitas. And also very smart prioritization by Boosh during that engagement, throwing out the time stop onto Lassus to make sure he couldn't throw out that Fear No Evil and follow up on it.
He was walled off. He would have had to jump or throw his ultimate by shutting him down there. It was a great play. They bait the Fire Giant. ShadowQ just trying to keep it alive for basically no reason, though. A lot of lava damage coming onto the boys on Cog Red. ShadowQ just absolutely sacrifices himself for maybe not even the greater good.
Zatman eats only 1 shot. Third one not going to be enough. Snoopy falling back away from the axe stun. Getting down under 50% is the Fire Giant, trying to make their way in, but with no Hog 3, not much they can do besides try to find some kills. Blocked out by the wall is Best, but Boosh taking a lot of damage. There's the rewind coming on. Best is stunned. In the air is Thor, and down goes. Wow, look at Gar's positioning. He went deep there to try to cut off Zatman, but Zatman once again running back towards the enemy's base where Lassus is recalling, and this one is looking all over but the singing for Cognitive Red.
This is really important right now because you look at the board. Did they lose anyone? They didn't lose anyone.
No one.
No one. That's Fire Giant. They have an Aphrodite for what could be infinite sustainability as we see the first push here. This tower is going to go down quickly. Athena ult going to be used. It's going to do some damage, but not nearly enough.
Yeah, and Last is melting here. He's going to be forced to just basically run right back out. He was only the delivery mechanism for ShadowQ. Didn't have the ultimate available to really do much more than that, but they have stalled that middle Phoenix push for quite a long time yet again, but it likely is too little too late, as it looks like Cognitive Red has had a good opportunity to take game 2, and this is maybe even most importantly, DM, a game that they had first pick.
That's right. I mean, this is the first time we've really seen Dig lose on first pick. It's not often.
That's right. Or on second pick.
Rather, second pick, exactly. So Boosh, maybe not in a great spot here, but he has Fire Giant, and he knows it. He turns. Lassus with a great teleport. He's on his last legs. Gar's in the back, find 2. Best looking to turn it around, but once again misses. I'm a monster. They're trying to finish it up here. Best gets burned down. Zatman is pretty much the final line of defense here, and I just don't see it happening.
Oh, he's got Snoopy pinned back, however. Oh, he's going to go deep.
What in the...
Hey, he just wants a kill. Why not? Let the boy have fun.
Let the boy lose the Titan. Game 2. They're putting themselves ahead, guys. Cognitive Red is showing they came to play.
They really did. I mean, not many people would have called them beating Cognitive Prime, much less Team Dignitas, but they are going to take the game advantage in a 29-minute game here against Team Dignitas. Cog Red on top, 37 kills to 18.
I did not see that coming.
No. And Kronos, very effective in that game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected Kronos to be picked. I don't think anyone expected Kronos to do that well.
Yep.
But when it comes down to it, we can talk all about the Kronoses and all the Ramas and all the Aphrodites in the world. I'm talking about Thor.
I don't want to talk about Thor because they should just ban it and we shouldn't have to talk about it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I like that point.
Yeah, we do have a replay coming up here, though. Yannick barely making it out alive. Let's take a look at this replay as it comes up here. And here is Thor Gars, the man of the hour, making his way into the fight. The ultimate coming out as Kronos makes his way in. Such a crazy defend at that orange buff. And this just turns in. And watch this play. Teleports to the player in the back line, uses beads to get the Berserker Barrage cooldown, throws out the damage onto the Athena, and then has his cooldowns back from Mjolnir's Attunement as well. Gets out of the Sikkim after picking up the kill, and secures an orange buff for himself.
Takes the orange buff anyway. And that was, we talked a lot about Thor there. Yannick baited that for like 15 seconds.
Yeah, he did, and he just sat there kind of dancing.
What a beast.
Unfortunately, he should have been throwing out some Wii U's as well while he was there.
I want to see Thor and get banned next game. I don't want any excuses. Let him get Osiris.
Yeah, maybe not, but Thor for sure. But with that, guys, it wraps up our commentary for game number 3 here. Game 4 up next with Cog Red on a 2-1 lead. Let's throw it over to Gabe and Kelly.
Hello, everybody. hi-rez Kelly here. I am joined by hi-rez Gabe. It is 2-1 in favor of Cognitive Red. Remember at the start of the game, we said maybe we'd see some upsets like EU, and that's kind of happening right now.
Kelly,
But before we get started with game number 4, we have something to show the audience.
Yes, we do. So today's been absolutely full of surprises, and coming up, we actually have a couple surprises for our community. Let's take a look at Community Contrast number 2.